I'm trying to tell y'all that the hate for the current MCU Hulk has to be the top 5 dumbest MCU complaints I have ever heard, or just in general. Like, wow, you actually mean to tell me that you're perplexed as to why Hulk isn't the same as he was in 2003, which is when he first premiered in The Incredible Hulk, which was over 20 years ago? Why are you shocked by that? Like, guys, that's called character development. That's it. Y'all are mad that this character has grown and changed. And I hate that the argument is solely based on the fact that he's not all punchy anymore, and he's actually pretty smart. Even though Professor Hulk is literally something that they've done in the comics several times, and this is actually very old. Meaning that the MCU, aka the adaptation of its source material, is adapting things from its source material. And the real sad part about it is that people will actually misunderstand the Hulk's character entirely and will look you dead in the eye and go like, well, Hulk's whole entire thing is being punchy, so without that, you're pretty much not even adapting the Hulk anymore. Huh? And I hate this misunderstanding of who the Hulk is, because he's not just punchy. And I feel like the vast majority of fans actually think that's all Hulk is. And it's like, if you read his comics, you will see he's a lot more than that. He's actually a very intellectual creature. And narrative-wise, he has a lot more meaning than just being the guy who destroys stuff. Because, you know, they actually have to make him a pretty complex character in order to have a whole entire series based off of him. Like his relationship with Bruce Banner and struggling to find balance, and the Hulk being a pseudo manifestation of Bruce's trauma and rage throughout his life, is a lot of what the Hulk is. Like, it's not just a punchy stuff. That's only like a quarter of it. But people will hyperfixate on that because at the end of the day, that's what people like most about the Hulk. And I can't really blame people, since Marvel does promote that more than they promote anything else. Like, let's be real, you're gonna want to read a comic about a guy punching stuff more than the whole intellectual stuff. So I understand that, but the problem with this is that people will also say this and use it against my argument, and will go like, yeah, and that's the other thing, his whole entire relationship with Bruce Banner is also what makes him the Hulk. So to solve this in the MCU, you're just tearing apart the Hulk's whole entire character. And again, this has me sitting here baffled, because it's like, what? No. The comics in the MCU have two different natures that they operate under. For example, the MCU, unlike the comics, can't keep the character the same for a long period of time, because the character would just honestly become really stagnant. Whereas the comics, in terms of giving their characters long-lasting, effective change to their characters, it happens so small, and it takes such a long process to get to a certain point where a character has truly developed. We've also seen that Professor Hulk will still scrap with people like Abomination if he needs to.